$1.95. $1.95 a gallon.
There you go. There you go. How much cheaper you want it? That's in Denton, Texas right there, buddy. Under $2.
That's big time, and I think that's going to be coming here before you know it. It was also happening in Denver. Denver has gas that's under $2 a gallon, and they were making a big deal about it on the news.
The Fox 31 video haul today to find that story. This was June of 2001. Drivers complaining about gas prices at the time hovering around $1.70 or $1.80 a gallon. Tonight, we're finding that again. Our crew spotted one gas station, this one near Evans in Quebec, advertising $1.69 a gallon, and this time drivers are not complaining at all. Fox 31's Anna Kuhn with what's behind it.
$1.69. They pulled some pictures from the vault for the newscast to show prices in 2001 were more expensive than what they were getting in Denver just the other day. Now, I understand that we're not seeing that here yet, quite yet, but we're right around $2.50 now. That's unbelievable. And when you look at what the highs were, we're winning. Even we're winning when CNN is admitting that Donald Trump is making some progress when it comes to the economy, especially when it comes to gas prices. They said cheapest gas prices in the U.S. in about since 2022. And I don't know who was the president in 2022. I say that kind of tongue-in-cheek. We all know it was officially Joe Biden, but who really was the president in 2022?
Is the price of gasoline. Look at this, a fresh 4.5-year low, 3.5-year low of $2.95 a gallon as of today. That is miles away from the all-time high set back in 2022 under former President Biden, above $5 a gallon, and it is lower, although only a little bit lower than at this point last year. Now, is the price of gasoline. Look at this, a fresh...
What you're seeing is it was $5 a gallon average price in June of 2022. December of 2024, $3 a gallon. Average price today under $3. We're watching it dip. We're watching it dip in real time. 3.5-year low. CNN. This is CNN. 3.5-year low. Is that a good thing? I feel like that's a good thing. That's good, right? It's going to go lower. You understand that, right? Donald Trump is doing everything he can for the economy. I think that this is why he gets so upset. They'll say, oh, he's not doing... It's like, no. We just haven't seen the fruit yet. We're drilling like crazy. The energy production is way up. Donald Trump is pulling back regulations that made things expensive in the first place under the Biden administration. Those CAFE standards are going to make your cars cheaper. You don't remember the Biden administration saying, we're going to make you replace your gas stove? Nobody was crying about affordability then. In fact, they were doing everything to gaslight us and say that it was going to be fine and it was transitory. The inflation was transitory. Don't worry about it. They didn't care. They didn't care at all. There was a 22% increase in prices under Joe Biden, and everybody knows it. CNBC was talking about that this morning. They were absolutely roasting the Democrats when it came to this.
But the affordability issue is from the 22% increase in prices in inflation under Biden. There's just full stop right there. That's the affordability issue, and he ought to be able to explain that better.
Right. That's right. And look, I think that with the economic team, President Trump and the economic team led by Scott Bessent, you have people who very much understand this. And it was they were thrown, what I would say, the worst economy for the average American in my adult lifetime, in terms of like you said, the incredible increase in prices at the household.
The worst economy in my adult lifetime. I'm sure you feel the exact same way. We saw something that was unprecedented under Joe Biden. And now people are upset that Donald Trump hasn't fixed it all the way. He's going to. I have full faith that if anybody can do it, it is President Trump. By the way, we're back up live on YouTube. Shout out to Mason for getting things rocking for us. You can find us on YouTube. Hit like, hit subscribe. The show is up and running, and we appreciate you joining us over there and helping us grow the digital footprint of the radio station. You'll be able to see all the video for all of the audio that you hear on your radio when you join us on YouTube. Just a little added bonus. But we're watching the president in real time try and correct the errors of the Biden administration. And I don't know if you were keeping track. During the Biden administration, there were a lot of missteps. A lot. To put the state of the economy on President Trump's shoulders, it's not exactly fair. It's just not. But we're watching him fix things. We're watching him give it his all to bring prices down. This is just the current thing that the Democrats are going to bludgeon him with. And they're not going to tell you that the reason everything is unaffordable is because of Democrat policies and the steps the Democrats took. But what is Donald Trump doing, you might ask? I'm glad you asked. Donald Trump has been doing a lot. And we haven't seen the fruit from the big, beautiful bill. We haven't seen the fruit from the reshoring of manufacturing. But he's done a lot. Fox News was talking about it this morning.
On tips and overtime, there's a max reduction for tips is $25,000. So imagine if you are somebody who uses tips as part of your salary or to make your living, that will have an impact. The senior deduction, you have to be 65 years old. It phases out at $75,000. But again, for people who are saying gas prices, which are lower, but that food prices are higher, that it's hard for them, that might help as well. There's a no tax on car loan interest. Now, that can be helpful, but what might be even more helpful is what they announced last week, which is they're doing away with some of the EPA rules on these car and fuel mileage. That actually will help bring the cost of cars down,
Huge.
probably even more. And then a child tax credit expansion. That's very bipartisan. A lot of people like this. A lot of people love to see good economic news, but I would say Josh Holmes, our next guest here. Josh, you know communications very well. To me, economic communications is one of the hardest things. If the economy is great, everyone feels it. If it doesn't feel so great, it's hard to convince people that it's going so well. One question for you. How important is it to find the right ratio for President Trump to say, look what I inherited from President Biden, but also to look ahead at what's to come?
It's a balancing act.
Yeah, well, listen, I think President Trump is doing exactly what he needs to do in terms of getting out there and selling this. You cannot let Democrats frame an affordability debate.
No, you can't. Yet so many do. So many just subscribe to the Democrat talking points, and they say, this is Trump's fault. Trump isn't doing anything. And it's like, no, he's doing a lot. But the seeds are being planted. Do you understand that? Like, it takes time for things to work themselves out. I think 2026 is going to be one of the best years that we've seen in a long time. And I'm just judging by I'm reading the tea leaves, and I feel like you are as well. When you start seeing gas coming down, that's going to ripple through the economy faster than anything. We need to get some diesel prices down. That's going to be clutch. That will impact a lot. But we're watching this happen in real time, and we haven't even seen the impacts from the big, beautiful bill, and we haven't even gotten to full strength from the $18 trillion in investments that are coming here in the reshoring of manufacturing. Give it time. Be patient. Understand that we're moving in the right direction. There will be naysayers. There will be black-pilled doom spreaders. Ignore those voices. Prices aren't going up. Are prices high? Yes, because we had 4 years of an incompetent administration. So there is going to be a balancing act now. Trump is going to have to lay out what he's doing to help, and also point the blame where it belongs, back at the Biden administration. He started doing that last night. He had a big rally in Pennsylvania. This was the affordability rally. And make no mistake, when Donald Trump says that affordability is a hoax, he's not talking about the price increases. He's not talking about what you're paying. He's talking about the Democrat focus on it. Just like everything else, the Democrats focus on things that they think they can use against Trump as a weapon, whether it's eggs, whether it's Epstein, whether it's affordability. As soon as they can't use those things as a weapon any longer, they run away from them. Did you hear any Democrats yesterday talking about how the grand jury testimony from the Epstein trial is going to be released? No. Weird. I wonder why. It's no longer a weapon they can use against Trump. It's of no value to them. And when prices start coming down, when life gets more affordable in America, they'll drop this too, because it will no longer be of any value to them. In the meantime, Donald Trump does need to work on the messaging. And I think if you can point to any failures, any real criticism in his administration thus far, it's the messaging. It's not what you're saying, it's how you're saying it. And he took to Pennsylvania last night to try and fix that messaging issue. And he was grateful to be there. Grateful to be back in Pennsylvania. He kicked it off by saying, maybe you've heard this, Merry Christmas.
Hey, hello, Pennsylvania, and I'm thrilled to be back. In this incredible Commonwealth. with so many proud, hardworking American patriots. That's what you are. So am I. I'm a proud, hard worker. I'm a proud patriot, but you're a proud patriot. Thank you very much, everybody. It's a great reception. You know, we're on to expose what happened recently when we took over. You know, it's 10 months. And already we have the largest investment ever made in the history of not our country, of any country anywhere in the world. Think of that.
18 times what Joe Biden did in 4 years, by the way.
But let me begin by wishing each and every one of you a very Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all of that stuff.
Yeah, we say Merry Christmas around here. You know that this was a good rally. When the Democrats are trying to use what they can to point out Trump being wrong and bad, Chuck Schumer took to Twitter. Trump had a rally. It was I don't know how long it was, a couple hours. I mean, the rallies are long. And we're going to see more of them on the way to the midterms. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not sure it's the best idea, but I do want to win. But the Democrats could only get 4 seconds out of that rally to use against Trump. Chuck Schumer posted this on X. He condensed the whole rally again into 4 seconds. And he goes, aha, Trump agrees. Prices are too high. But what is he doing about it? Nothing. This is Chuck Schumer on X.
The Democrats go out. Prices are too high. Yeah, they're too high.
That's it. That's all that they could get. 4 seconds. He goes, what is he doing about it? Nothing. See, this is what happens when you sign up for Democrat talking points. You're going to take that 4-second clip, and then you're going to run with it. And you'll be like, Trump is doing nothing. Then you're going to ignore the other, hour and a half of the rally where he laid out step by step by step what he's been doing to help this economy. I'll bring you the stuff the Democrats don't want you to hear on the way. It's 9:21. This is Super Talk, 99.7 WTN. Hey, what's up? It's Chris Hand here for my friend Shane Ring over at Cover Nash. Listen, if you missed open enrollment, I feel you. You're probably sitting there thinking, great, I got to wait all year to get health insurance because I missed open enrollment. Do you know that that's actually wrong? That's what the big insurance companies want you to believe. With Cover Nash, you can get covered today, right now, with no waiting and no gimmicks. It doesn't matter if you missed open enrollment. It doesn't matter if you lost your coverage because you lost your job. It doesn't matter if you're just sick of overpriced junk insurance. You're in the right place with Cover Nash. See, they partner with 75 top-rated insurance companies, including brand new nationwide PPO plans with deductibles as low as $250, flat $50 doctor visits, plans for individuals, families, self-employed folks, small businesses. They do it all. And they can do it today. Stop overpaying. Stop waiting. Stop thinking you're stuck. Call Shane Ring now. If I'm a betting man, Shane's at his desk. 615-465-0023. 615-465-0023. Or find him online, covernash.com.
President Trump making new demands of foreigners who want to visit the U.S. Also, why you may want to think twice about using Instacart. That and more here at 9:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
That's Joan Jones in the newsroom. My name is Chris Hand. It's 9:26 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. We got Mason Fleming producing, and we are back up live on YouTube, Rumble, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch. Hit like, hit subscribe, share the show with your friends. I mention it all the time. All I want for Christmas is you guys to help us grow the digital footprint of the radio station. The times are changing, man. If you like WTN, help us grow digitally. It's free to do. Now, some people think with the subscription, when we say subscribe to YouTube, we're not asking for any money. That is free for you to do. And then you get a lot of added bonus on there. When you watch the shows on YouTube, we have video for all the audio elements. When bad weather comes, chaotic weather, disastrous weather, we go live on YouTube. We're providing the radars. We're there at all times. I think that might be happening, not for tornadoes or anything like that soon, but probably snowstorms.
Yup.
Dude, we're going to get some snowstorms this year, aren't we? It's looking like we're going to have a snow MG.
Yeah, we've had some low temperatures and some very close calls with some frozen rain recently.
Joan's friends with Stefano DiPietro.
I am.
Do you guys often talk about when we're going to be getting that snow?
No.
Some friends.
Yeah. We're not. It's Tennessee. Like, really? Are we going to get snow? Snow? Like,
I hope so.
Okay.
I hope it's
What
a
was
lot.
it, 2 years ago that we got a couple of really sizable storms?
I'm still looking for the ROI on the sleds that my kids got for Christmas a few years back.
Yeah.
That MTSU Sledding Hill. It's calling my name.
Yeah, give it till January, maybe.
I feel like we're going to have it before then, guys.
I do too, honestly.
It just feels, I can feel it I feel it in my bones.
I hope you're right. I hope we get a snowy Christmas day.
That'd
Would
be
be
so
cool.
cool.
Wouldn't that
Still
be
don't.
awesome?
Yes.
Yes, we need that. All we want for Christmas is some snow and cheap gas. President Trump last night was in Pennsylvania, and he is making the case to the American people about what he's been doing. I played you this clip. This is Chuck Schumer on X. He said, the president admitted it. Prices are too high. What is he doing about it? Nothing. And he boils down the entire hour-plus long rally into a 4-second clip.
The Democrats go out, prices are too high. Yeah, they're too high.
That's it. That's all he could get. Trump admits it. He admits it. Prices are too high. It's yes, he did. But he also explained who caused the prices going up, and he also explained what he's doing to fix that. And we can all see, if you are objectively looking at the situation, you can see what the president is doing. When they're going after the benefits that illegal aliens are getting and reeling those back in, when they're going after USAID and reeling that back in, when they're deporting immigrants that would have taken your job, they're doing good things. When they're rolling back the CAFE standards, when they're bringing in the foreign investments, when they're bringing in the manufacturing, I don't know how you look at this and say Trump isn't doing everything he can to fix the economy. It's going to take time. It absolutely will take time. And while the Democrats want to condense an hour-and-a-half rally into 4 seconds, we'll play you the whole thing. I have every clip from that rally where Donald Trump lays out step by step by step what he's doing for the economy in his own words. There will be people that will try to twist and bend that narrative, but I don't know what else he could do. We got to stay patient. We got to stay the course. I'm going to bring you the highlights from that rally on the way. It's 9:30. This is Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
.30, I'm Joan Jones with your top stories. Well, changes in the works for foreign tourists. The Trump administration now requiring anyone who wants to come here to hand over the past 5 years of their social media history. Daily Mail is reporting that people entering the U.S. will also be asked to provide email addresses, phone numbers, and information on their family members in order to achieve safe passage. With the World Cup and Olympics headed to the United States in 2026 and 28, respectively, there will be hundreds of thousands of foreign travelers entering the country. A driver of a tractor trailer died yesterday on I-24 westbound near the I-40 split. This happened on the Silliman Evans Bridge, and we know now exactly what caused this tragedy.
So far, police believe traffic in front of the tractor trailer had slowed, causing the driver to abruptly hit the brakes. Officials say that trailer was carrying a load with 2 large steel beams, which shifted forward and went into the cab of the truck.
That is News 2's Megan Fee. The driver was a 31-year-old from Wisconsin. For people who like to have their food delivered, beware. There's a new report that says Instacart has been using a shady algorithm that charges different prices to different customers. For instance, at a Target store in North Canton, Ohio, one customer paid $2.99 for a jar of Skippy creamy peanut butter in September. Another one, $3.59 on the very same day from the very same store. Consumer Report says it's thanks to that so-called dynamic pricing. It's the same algorithm used by airlines and ride-sharing companies.
It's shenanigans, Joan.
It
Shenanigans.
is. It's awful. Go to the store and pick it up yourself.
Amen.
Yeah, that's the latest news. We've got weather next. I'm Joan Jones, WTN News.
Hey, what's up? It's Chris Hand here for my friends at Zero Res Nashville. I got 4 kids, 2 dogs, and I tell you all the time, the number one call we make is to Zero Res. We love it. These kids are tracking in dirt. The dogs are tracking in dirt, and a lot of times we'll be walking through the house and be like, "What the heck is that?" And can I tell you something? You don't want to know what the heck that is in the carpet. You just don't. But I'll tell you another thing. Zero Res has a 100% success rate of removing the "what the heck is that" from your carpets, and they're not going to break the bank. These guys are the best. They're the Maha of carpet cleaning. They use their exclusive ZR water. So what you get is no harsh chemicals, no residue, just clean carpets. Carpets that look clean and stay clean longer, and it's not going to break the bank. You got people coming over for the holidays? I'm sure you do. They're not going to tell you this. But your carpets are gross. You should get them cleaned up before they come there. And in time for your holiday clean is this great special from Zero Res. 2 rooms plus a hallway or stairs for $129, or 3 rooms plus a hallway or stairs for $149. You are not going to find a better deal in carpet cleaning. You're not going to find a company that can do it better than Zero Res. 615-535-9376. Call them today and get on the schedule before the holidays. 615-535-9376. ZeroResNashville.com.
There used to be some common truths in America. Republicans and Democrats we could all agree that we had to have some semblance of border protection. Now, Republicans and conservatives still want border protection, but the Democrats, the progressives, they want a wide open border. It used to be that Republicans and Democrats could, at the very least, agree that crime was bad and committing crimes was bad, and that the perpetrators of such crimes should at the very least be charged and perhaps go to jail after their day in court. Now you have the Democrats that don't even believe that criminals who are committing crimes should even face charges. Just the basic, what is a man and what is a woman? The basic truth of, look down. What are you? The Democrats don't even have that right.
I got some problems with you people. I do. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. I'm Chris Hand. The amount of hate that I've gotten for saying I want a little bit of snow for the kids to sled. It's vicious. I don't think I've ever received so much hate from the Super Text line. I'm being called a damn Yankee.
Oh.
Being told to go back to Canada.
Oh.
These people are vicious.
Them fighting words.
It's fighting. These people want to fight. Fight me then. Fight me then. Preferably in the snow. Snowball fight. MTSU Hill.
Sled shields.
Sled shields. Sled shields all day. Who doesn't want to go sledding? You guys don't like fun? Oh, I'm sorry. Why does Nashville not want snow? Everybody would be able to stay home from work. It's like a citywide snow day.
Right. For an inch of snow, the place shuts down.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love a good milk sandwich? It's like, don't be mad at me.
I love it.
Because I want fun.
Yeah, I love it, but I know I would have to be the one. I would definitely have to be here.
I can't believe they would say such a thing. You would have to be here.
Yeah.
Deal with it. Show up the night before. Other than Mason, nobody should be mad at me. So we got a lot to get to, and we'll be reading more of your texts as well. And you can join the show, 615-737-9986. We're up on YouTube and Rumble. Hit like, hit subscribe, shout out to the chat. The chat is unhinged as always. Somebody's calling me the R word because I want snow. That doesn't seem nice. That seems like a nasty one. That's nasty.
That's a nasty one. That's nasty.
Donald Trump last night in Pennsylvania. You know, what is he doing about the economy? Chuck Schumer says. Here's a 4-second clip from the rally. He admits it, but what's he doing about it? Well, if you watch the whole rally, he explained exactly what he's doing on several different fronts for the economy.
We're right now drilling more oil than we've ever done ever before. Prices are way down. We just had 4 states. It was just reported that 4 states had $1.99 a gallon. Right? We're sawmilling.
Is that good? Is that good? I think that's good. I remember this is 2 years ago. I almost moved to Phoenix, Arizona, and it was the first time I ever thought about getting an electric car because we were in Phoenix and gas was like $6 a gallon. $6 a gallon. Yeah, I would say 4 states under $2. That's a heck of a good deal. That's trending in the right direction, and you're seeing it already around Middle Tennessee. Gas prices falling. What's he doing? He's not doing anything about it. He just said he's drilling more than anybody. Drill, baby, drill. He's rolling back the disastrous green scam regulations. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. And they'll say this, what is he doing about this? But they forget what was done with Biden. Donald Trump reminded the people in Pennsylvania last night.
But under Biden, real wages plummeted by $3,000 a year. Under Trump, the typical factory worker has already seen their wages increase by more than $1,300, and that's in just a few months. And for construction workers, it's $1,800 up versus $3,500 down, and I think their number is wrong. It's much lower than that. For miners, do we love miners? I love miners. I don't know how they do it, going 10,000 feet under the ground, and they wouldn't trade jobs with me. If I gave them a beautiful, magnificent penthouse in the middle of Manhattan, where I used to live, if I gave them the most beautiful penthouse, they wouldn't take it. They'd rather go 10,000 feet underground and dig. That's what they want. For miners, their wages went up $3,300.
I mean, listen, he's talking about all the wages going up. And I think one of the ways that you can say that these wages are going up is because the jobs aren't going to illegal aliens anymore. Also, it's important to note how quickly the Democrats have run away from the Epstein files, right? Because if we were just a couple weeks ago, Chuck Schumer would have clipped the part where he said, miners, I love miners. I'm surprised that the Democrats haven't.
Miners, I love miners. I don't know how they do it going.
I love miners. Did you see the new Netflix special or show that they're doing? Have you seen this? This is the craziest show ever. Netflix is pushing a new show called Queen of Coal. Queen of Coal. And it's about a man who dreamed of being a coal miner and also dreamed of being a woman. So it's weird. It's weird. Said Netflix, we want more shows that reflect America and, you know, real American communities. I said, perfect. Here's a tranny in a coal mine. It's like, it's not really what it's not what I was asking for. But thanks. That's actually a real show. We'll talk about that a little bit more down the way. But he's pointing out wages plummeted under Biden. Inflation was way up. And the result of that was an unaffordable America for so many people. You can't fix that overnight. But wages are going up. One of the way I think wages are going up is because he's getting Americans back to work as opposed to getting migrants back to work. This is another thing that has changed since the Biden administration that nobody wants to talk about. The amount of foreigners that were flown into this country and given your job was insane. That's not happening anymore under this president.
Before I entered office, 100% of all new net jobs were going to migrant workers. Think of that. 100% of new jobs were going to migrant. These are government numbers, by the way. These are not Trump numbers. These are government numbers. Because they say, well, did Trump come up with these numbers? No, I didn't come up. I'm just migrant workers and illegal aliens got 100%. But since I took office, 100% of all net job creation has gone to American citizens. How about that?
Is that good? I think that's good.
Now, how about that? Even I will give myself a hand. Now, think of it. 100% went to American citizens before 100% went to people that came into the country illegally. Again, many of them from prisons, many of them gang members, drug members, Tren de Aragua. More Americans are working today than at any time in the history of our country.
That's true. That's factual. Where did he get those numbers? They're government numbers. They're the numbers that we had from the Biden administration and now the Trump administration. They're legit. This is one of the ways that we're seeing wages go up because you don't have foreigners undercutting you anymore. Weird how that works. You know, in fact, he kept going down the immigration route, and this is going to have an impact on the economy. Make no mistake about it. For the first time in 50 years, we now have reverse migration in the United States. What is reverse migration? The president will tell you.
For the first time in 50 years, we now have reverse migration, which means more jobs, better wages, and higher income for American citizens, not for illegal aliens. And you know what? We all have a heart. We want to take care of people. But these people are getting killed on the walk up. They're dying. They're dying. They have to go through jungles. We don't realize this. They are going through areas that are not, it's not possible to get through some of the areas. They're going through jungles down in the Central America, South America, some of these areas with snakes, with crocodiles and alligators. They're getting just eaten, and they're getting beat up by some of the bad people. Women are being raped. Remember when I started, I said we're going to stop the raping of women in those caravans, a name conceived of by me, because it's a caravan, thousands of people, 10, 15, 20,000 people coming up. The women in those caravans are being raped in unprecedented numbers by other people in the caravans. By them not coming, they're not even trying to come now because they know they can't get through. We're doing a tremendous service because they're not being killed and they're not being raped and they're staying back in their country.
And in turn, they're not coming into our hospitals. They're not driving on our roads. They're not stealing our jobs. That has a tremendous impact on the economy. I got a text here that said, Chris, you're turning into an excellent Trump apologist. What did I say that was a lie? You're more than welcome to call in. 615-737-9986. Donald Trump is laying out the steps he took. Chuck Schumer posted on X, what have you done? What have you done? Here it is, laid out very simply. Even a Democrat should be able to understand what he's been able to do. It's been unprecedented, and it's only been 10 months. Give it time. Give it time. We're seeing this plan in action. What did Biden do? Biden drove up the cost of everything. The Democrats didn't seem to have a problem with it. Then they threw in the Inflation Reduction Act, which didn't reduce inflation at all. It made the cost of everything go up even higher. Trump last night in Pennsylvania.
Look, Biden price increases and Trump price increases. Look at Biden. Up 37, 24%, 22, 21, 30.7, 30.7 again, 10.4%, 49%. Trump, the price is down 5.1, 4.2, 0.5, down 4%, 2 points, 2.9. Look at that. Our prices are coming down.
This is the thing. When you have the increases, when you have the inflation, and it's hitting just exorbitant highs, your prices are doubling, tripling, going up 22%, 30%, 11%. When things start to come down 2%, 1%, 5%, the Democrats will yell, Trump isn't doing anything. But he is. It's just not at the speed that the inflation happened. It's the Trump plan is working. We're witnessing it working. We just have to stay patient. And I think in 2026, when the big, beautiful bill kicks in, we're going to see even more of the fruit from that tree. Donald Trump last night putting thousands of dollars back in the pockets of Americans with the big, beautiful bill, with the no tax on tips, with the no tax on Social Security, with the no tax on overtime.
We're also putting thousands of dollars in the pockets of hardworking Pennsylvanians with the largest tax cuts in American history. That's no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security for our great seniors, no tax.
Is that not going to produce good economic outcomes in 2026? I think it's going to produce the best economic outcomes in 2026. And as 2026 kicks off, man, and we see the reshoring of the manufacturing kick into overdrive, when we see these investments start to bear fruit, when we see the big, beautiful bill start to bear fruit, I think we're going to see a completely different economy. And I would imagine that by the end of the first quarter, this affordability issue is going to be something that the Democrats are running away from yet again. Like they've run away from everything else that they've tried to bludgeon the president with. When Trump calls it a hoax, he's not calling the in-store prices a hoax. He's calling the way the Democrats are leveraging the conversation a hoax. It's an important distinction, but the distinction is there. We got a lot more to get to. 9:51, I got a text, 3449. Such a propagandist. Call in. Instead of doing a drive-by text, let's have a conversation. 615 939. What's that phone number? Why am I blanking on the phone number? 615-737-9986. There it is.
There you go. I didn't want to say anything because I knew you got it.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. You wanted to watch me flounder out there for a little bit.
Also that too.
I don't know why I blanked on the number.
What is it again?
615-737-9986. It's 9:51. This is Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Hey, what's up? It's Chris Hand here from my friends at Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. This month, Busy Bee's doing what they always do, taking care of Middle Tennessee. They're stepping it up for Christmas. They got a toy drive going on right now at the Busy Bee headquarters in Lebanon. Drop off a new toy, and it'll stay right there in Wilson County, making sure that no kid goes without a present under the tree this Christmas. And while you're thinking about everybody else, think about yourself and your home a little bit as well. If you upgrade your water heater in December, Busy Bee is going to give you a free 10-year parts warranty. Some exclusions apply, but this is going to save you real money. This is a deal that is unbelievable. They're also giving away free Beehive Club memberships. The kids want to bake Christmas cookies. While you're doing that, bake a cookie of Buzz the Bee. That's the mascot for Busy Bee. You've seen him. You've seen him on the truck. Snap a picture. Post it on social media. Tag Busy Bee. You just got a free Beehive Club membership. Maybe you're having company over for the holidays. Your air ducts need a little attention. The smell that's coming out of the air ducts tends to be a little funky. Well, Busy Bee is going to upgrade your package. You book the mid-tier package, they'll give you the deluxe level for free. Busy Bee is a local hometown company taking care of people the right way. This is why we stand by these guys. This is why we tell you you can trust Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. 615-775-7833. 615-775-7833. BusyBeeHVAC.com.
How Governor Bill Lee has responded to a request for clemency. Also, Cracker Barrel backed off that rebranding after a whole lot of backlash. But it may not be over yet. We'll tell you why coming up at 10 o'clock on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
It's 9:57 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. That's Joan Jones in the newsroom. Mason Fleming is producing. You guys on the phone lines, the text line, in the YouTube chat. 615-737-9986 is the phone number. I'm getting a lot of texts. So I was texting back and forth with Chuck. Chuck said, Chris, you've turned into an excellent apologist for Trump. So I said, what did I say that was a lie, Chuck? Call in. Chuck said, I didn't say you lied, but you're simply painting a rosy picture. His achievements have not lowered costs for people living paycheck to paycheck. Foreign investment doesn't help my checkbook balance one bit. Lower car prices are meaningless to the senior adult living solely off Social Security and can't afford groceries. I will never call in because my radio voice is terrible. Well, I bet you have a good radio voice, Chuck. I bet you have one of the best radio voices. But my reply was, Chuck, everything you laid out, like, I hear you. But if you're living paycheck to paycheck on Social Security, no tax on Social Security is incoming in 2026. And that's a Trump policy. That was in the big, beautiful bill. Relief is on the way. This is what I'm saying. It's not going to happen overnight, but you can't ignore the steps he's taking. Got a text from Mario. Mario said, don't forget, Biden had to give Social Security an 8.7 cost of living increase because inflation was at 9.1%. Yep, thank you. Thank you. You're welcome to call in if you think I'm wrong. 615-737-9986. Rob in Alabama, you're up first. What's up, Robert?
Hey, man, how you doing this morning?
I'm good. What are you thinking?
Oh, man, I tell you what, you just said something about the guy with Social Security. Look here, I live on $840 a month. And so far, I went through a hell of a change this year. And I am living in a building I have built on my property. You know, I have to wait. I voted Trump in. Trump's my president. He's doing the best he can with the dumpster fire he inherited. And we just got to wait a little while. It's going to get better.
I hear you, man, and I appreciate you calling in. 615-737-9986. This is my thing. Just be patient. Be patient. I'm not exactly an apologist for Trump, but I will point out what he's doing to help the economy because the mainstream media is not going to do it. And if we sit on our hands and we don't highlight the steps that he's taking, then the narrative is going to be shaped by those leftists. And we can't let that happen. So we're going to go through 3 months of being like, yeah, the economy is the worst. It's the worst. It's the worst. And then when it starts to turn around, what happens then? We have to highlight what he's doing today, what he's already done, and what he plans to do. And we'll continue doing that. Because I think the steps he's taking are going to bear so much fruit for this economy. This is why we voted for the guy. It's 10 o'clock. Super Talk, 99.7 WTN.
Good morning. I'm Joan Jones with your top stories. Want to let drivers know that Dickerson Pike and Cedar Hill Park is closed right now between Bell, Grimes Lane, and Old Hickory Boulevard. A serious crash in that area this morning. In the news, a Metro Council member has filed a petition that opposes the Music City Loop under construction in Nashville. There's a list of concerns, including a lack of transparency, they say, from Elon Musk's Boring Company.
Council members say the company turned down multiple requests to brief the full council. They also cite concerns from neighbors over geology, flood risk, and public land use.
That's Fox 17's Chris Knowles. Now, the petition doesn't have any teeth. Council members admit they have no power to stop the project. Charges pending now against a tour bus driver after an accident that shut down I-40 westbound in Baxter yesterday.
This happened on I-40 West yesterday morning. THP saying a tractor trailer was hit from behind by the tour bus. The bus was then hit by another semi and veered into another lane, then crashed into the tour bus. Now, the driver of one of the tractor trailers, 31-year-old Carrie Smith of Tennessee, died.
Channel 4's Holly Thompson there. I-40 West was closed for hours because of the crash. Confessed killer Harold Wayne Nichols has been moved to a cell now next to the execution chamber as he awaits his execution tomorrow for a murder that he confessed to. Channel 4's Holly Thompson once again.
Nichols was convicted back in 1998 for murder and raping Karen Pulley at her home near Chattanooga. Now, his attorneys asked the governor to change his sentence to life in prison without the possibility of parole. But Governor Lee says he will not intervene.
There are 4 other death row inmates set to be executed next year, including the only female on death row, Christy Pike. She committed the torture murder of her classmate Colleen Slemmer in 2003. So just how much damage did Cracker Barrel do when it launched that new marketing? The company posted a $25 million quarterly loss and cut its full year outlook as sales and traffic slowed down. Executives acknowledged that it didn't go as planned and it hurt the company's reputation. But the Tennessean is reporting the CEO of the Lebanon-based company, Julie Messino, was at the forefront of the changes and still insists that the changes, quote, worked really well. She also says the initiative is just on pause. She remains the CEO of that company. The Federal Reserve expected to cut interest rates 0.25 point today. Investors, however, don't appear to be moved by that. The Dow Jones Industrials right now up 82, but the Nasdaq is down 141 and the S&P is losing 14 points. That's the latest news. Weather is next. I'm Joan Jones, WTN News.
It's 10:06 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Hey, how are you? It's Chris Hand. You can find me all over social media, Twitter, True Social, Instagram, TikTok. I know it's from China, but I'm on the TikTok
China.
and YouTube as well. At Chris
China.
Hand on Air for all of them. At Chris Hand on Air. And hit the follow button. I will follow back. I try to do good about following back. Sometimes I'm not that good. Also, some of your profiles are a little sus. Have you dealt with that too?
Yeah, looking like a little bit like Russian bots, just saying.
Some of them do. Not all of them.
Yeah, just add a profile picture. Makes it a little more personable.
There you go. Mason knows. We're up on YouTube, Rumble, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch. Hit like, hit subscribe, share the show with your friends, watch the show. And one of the added bonuses is that you get video for all the audio that you hear. A couple people waiting on the line want to talk about the affordability crisis. That's what the Democrats are calling it. It's a crisis. I think that it's a work in progress. You know, you say tomato, I say tomato. Brian in Columbia up first. What's up, Brian? Thanks for holding, man.
Hey, how you doing, Chris?
Good. What do you got?
First off, you're one of the very few Yankees I enjoy listening to.
Oh, well, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Even if I'm hoping for snow, I'm not losing you.
No.
All right,
You ain't
man.
losing me.
I appreciate it.
But anyway, yeah, you've already touched on it a couple of times, but I think wording it in another way, it's really easy to screw something up when you got all the tools at your disposal to screw it up.
Yep.
But then when you go to try to fix it, it takes a lot longer.
Yeah.
And I think that's one thing that people aren't getting with this either. It takes a little longer to fix it once it's been screwed up.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, man. And I appreciate the call, and I appreciate you listening, even though I happen to be a Yankee. Thank you.
The other thing I got, if you don't mind.
Go for it.
That whole tranny in a coal mine, that sounds like another Police song.
Oh my gosh, you're not lying. That Netflix, this is one of those shows that like it's going to be so bad that I might actually want to watch some of it. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's like watching. I don't know. I've made the comment before.
Watching a car wreck.
Yeah, or like watching like a Chinese escalator like swallow people up. Like I can't help myself. I have to finish the video.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's terrible. It's terrible. Yeah, Netflix. And I appreciate the call, Brian. Netflix is pushing a new show called Queen of Coal. It's about a guy who dreamed of being a coal miner. And he also dreams of being a woman. I'm sure it's based on a true story. Would you think? I would think. Queen of Coal.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Netflix is good for its documentaries.
100%. Adam in Columbia, you're up next on Super Talk. What's up, Adam?
Hey, Chris, you said Queen of Coal. It made me think they're probably blasting some Bohemian Rhapsody about 5,000 feet below the surface of the planet right now.
Maybe. It's just strobe lights and glow sticks down there.
Yes, exactly. Disco balls.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Nailed it.
The economy is a lot like a freight train going wide open in one direction. And we've had a very bad engineer driving that train for the last 4 years. But he wasn't even driving. He was just sitting in the seat drooling, I think.
Yep.
But Trump is doing the right things to turn the economy around. The main thing is the fuel prices.
Yep.
Everything has to get from A to B. And fuel prices is what has made everything so freaking expensive. But the thing that I really wanted to bring out by calling is everybody's complaining about Trump's not doing enough. What if Kamala was elected?
Amen.
Where would we be right now?
You're absolutely right.
From that standpoint, shut the hell up and let's go on and build this economy back.
Hey, I love it. I love it, Adam. Thanks for the call, man. 615-737-9986. Could you imagine if Kamala Harris was president right now? Could you imagine? I mean, we'd have no new drilling. We wouldn't have had the $18 trillion investments. We wouldn't have had an emphasis on reshoring manufacturing. We definitely wouldn't have the mass deportation operation and the immigration enforcement. We wouldn't have any of that. You'd still be getting replaced. You'd still be forgotten. And nobody would give a damn about what you're dealing with and what your bank account is going through. There'd still be, come 2026, tax on tips, tax on overtime, tax on Social Security. It's nightmare fuel to think about what it would be like if Kamala Harris had won. Luckily, she was just a train wreck of a candidate. 107 days. She raised $2 billion, ended up $20 million in debt. She would have done the same thing to the economy, by the way. Mike in Nashville, what's up, man? How are you?
Yeah. How you doing, Chris? Hey, man, I'm speaking as a truck driver. I'm a truck driver, and Donald Trump, he's definitely getting the job done for truck drivers. You see what he's doing. He's getting the foreigners off the road that Joe Biden invited into the U.S. There's even been a couple of terrorists that they found to be behind the steering wheel of some of these trucks that were driving these trucks that have caused major accidents. So he's creating more jobs for truck drivers. Anybody that's interested in driving trucks, if ever thought about it, this is the best time to get in. So companies are desperate for drivers right now because a lot of those foreign and illegal people are being terminated because they got inspection zones all around America now where they're stopping trucks and they have a read and write requirement of English, and if you don't speak or read English, you will be taken out of the truck and placed on. You won't be driving the truck no more.
Now let me ask you something because you're a trucker, okay? And this is my understanding, bit basic, right? But you guys basically hop onto a portal. And there'll be a ride that you can pick up, right? And it'll say, you're getting paid X amount a mile, and you either take the ride or you don't. And am I misguided to think that the illegal alien truckers were willing to take less than the American truckers?
Oh yeah, that's another thing that they did. They were we call it lowballing in the truck driving industry. That's where if like say a company offers you $1,500 to deliver a load, and you say, well, that's too low, and then he gets the phone call from one of these foreign drivers. He said, well, I'll do it for $1,000 or $800. I wonder, who do you think that shipper is going to get that load to? He's going to give it to the foreign driver, whether he's qualified or not, because he has to pay out less money for the truck driver. So they also were lowballing American truck drivers. So that's helping truck drivers make more money there because they're getting those lowballers off the road. It's the same thing, Chris, with the housing industry. I used to be in the housing, constructing new homes around, the Nashville area. And a lot of them guys that are working on them homes are illegally, as you know, from El Salvador, Honduras, and they were putting American home builders out of work, electrical guys, guys that did roofing work. Because if a Hispanic guy says that he'll work on the roof for $8 or $9 an hour, and you got an American guy say he wants 25 or 30, who you think they're gonna get that job to? They're gonna get a job to the Hispanic guy because he charges less money. So it's also helping the home builders and construction workers around the U.S. is getting those guys off the job and getting them, like you said, putting Americans back to work. And that's exactly what Donald Trump promised that he was going to do before he got in the White House.
And it's directly impacting your wages. You're seeing it happen.
Yeah, I have nothing but praise for Donald Trump. Like I said, the man, he's making America great again, Chris. I listened to his old show last night from Pennsylvania, and he said that there is zero people getting into the United States of America right now. And I'm 100% sure, well, let me make that 101% sure, if Kamala Harris was in the White House right now, the border would be wide open, and God knows who would be in this damn country right now, because Kamala Harris damn sure wasn't going to shut the wall down, and I thank you for taking my call.
Facts. Appreciate you, Mike. Let's go to Brian on the road. What's up, Brian? How are you, man?
Hey, look, I'm your average Joe. I was making $48 an hour, working on cooling towers and all that. Then my heart gave out. I had 5 bypasses back in 2000. Damn. I only got one main vein working.
Sorry to hear that.
Early retirement, had nice savings, don't get me wrong, but it's just dipping. I mean, now, I had to go to the hospital. It was $3,000 to cover all the your deductible off the marketplace. Now, you're going to laugh. I can't say the name because I know you'll probably get mad or whatever. But anyways, I'm in an E-network. I got problems down in Florida, so that's where I was in the hospital for 3 days. Come back home, and it's a big facility there and up here. They would not take my insurance up here because they said they're not in network. I had to go all the way back to Florida to see the cardiologist twice.
It's insane.
And then all of a sudden now it's going up to $400 a month. And here I'm bringing home $1,499 a month from Social Security, $1,000 for rent. utilities and all that. And now it's $400 for health care a month, and it doesn't cover everything.
Yeah, it's wild, man. And these prices are going up because we've been giving free health care to illegal aliens, and the costs are being passed on to you. These prices are going up because of the Obamacare subsidies that are going to be running out. And I mean, the Obamacare stuff in general, it was never affordable. It was just passing the costs on to somebody else. I listen.
And then go down and get food stamps, just $60, right? Just to help out with a little bread, bologna, whatever, Go down to food stamps. Now you're going to laugh. I make too much. Now, I don't know anybody else. I mean, you look at it, and insurance for your vehicle. I got to have a vehicle to go to appointments and stuff like that. That went up. So, I mean, heck, I'm eating beans and weenies. I'm just saying.
I hear you, man, and I hope it gets better for you soon, and Lord willing, it will. But these things do take time. It didn't happen overnight, getting to that point where things are so unaffordable for you. And it's not going to be fixed overnight either. But I do trust President Trump to do the right thing. Part of that is getting the illegal aliens out. That's a huge part of that. And he was talking about that last night. He was going off. He went off on the Somalis again. People tend to like it when he goes off on the Somalis. He ripped Tim Walz and Ilhan Omar last night during his affordability rally in Pennsylvania, and I'm here for it. When he starts yelling about Ilhan Omar, sign me up. He brought up a lot.
Do we have any individuals from Somalia in the group? Please raise your hand. That's for Minnesota, That's called the Great Big Minnesota Scam with one of the dumbest governors ever in history. I love this Ilhan Omar, whatever the hell her name is, with the little turban. I love her. She comes in, does nothing but bitch. She's always complaining. She comes from a country where, it's considered about the worst country in the world, right? They have no military. They have no nothing. They have no parliament. They don't know what the hell the word parliament means. They have nothing. They have no police. They police themselves. They kill each other all the time. I love it. She comes to our country, and she's always complaining about the Constitution allows me to do this. We ought to get her the hell out. She married her brother in order to get in, right? She married her brother.
He's not lying about that. He's not. Ilhan Omar married her brother. She really did. She really did. Daily Mail. Exclusive. Ilhan Omar did marry her brother and said she would do what she had to do to get him papers to keep him in the U.S., reveals Somali community leader. I don't think this story's going away anytime soon. I will also say it's going to be tough to prove. It's going to be tough to prove, but I don't see the story going away at all. Ilhan Omar, this is from the Daily Mail. Ilhan Omar told friends years ago that the man who went on to become her second husband was in fact her brother. The Daily Mail can confirm. Abdi Hakim Osman is the first person to go on record and speak of how Omar said she wanted to get her brother's papers so he could stay in the United States. It has been long rumored that Omar and Ahmed Elmi are siblings, but because of a lack of paperwork in war-torn Somalia, proof has never been uncovered. Osman said she needed to get papers for her brother to go to school. We all thought she was just getting papers to allow him to stay in this country. Omar was married to her second husband, Elmi, the brother, in 2009 by a Christian minister, although she is Muslim. She was first married to Ahmed Hirsi in 2002 in a Muslim ceremony before they split in 2008, but she later had another child with Hirsi while legally wed to Elmi. Osman said when Hirsi and Ilhan got married, a lot of people were invited. It was a big Islamic wedding, uniting two large clans in the community. He added when she married Elmi, no one even knew about it. No one knew there had been a wedding until the media turned up the certificate years later. She married her brother. She 100% married her brother. Wild. We'll talk about that a little bit more on the way, and I'll bring you more comments from Trump going after Ilhan Omar, Tim Walz, the Somali community, and more. It's 1021. This is Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Hey, what's up? It's Chris Hand here for my friends at the Glock store. You got 1 weekend left to get your family photo taken with Santa Claus at the Glock store. Not just any Santa Claus. No, that's not how the Glock store does. They don't do things regular. They do things for a reason. You're going to be able to get your photo taken with Tactical Santa. This is Santa who's seen some things. This is a Santa who might wake up in the middle of the night in some cold sweats because he's seen a few things at the North Pole. Okay, this isn't your run-of-the-mill Santa. He's jolly, but he's a little gangster at the same time. This is Tactical Santa. And what could be more Tennessee than getting a family photo with Tactical Santa? Backed by popular demand. He's at the Glock store this weekend, December 12th and 13th. Just $25 is going to get you a professional family portrait by the Glock store's in-house photographer. Your kids, your pets, they're all welcome. Get the most unique holiday photo memory with the Glock store's own Tactical Santa. There will be appropriate props. They're encouraged and available. This is the kind of Santa that can deliver presents to the south side of Chicago. This is the kind of Santa who walks around Detroit and he doesn't have any security. That's Tactical Santa. He's at the Glock store this weekend. Only at the Glock store. Minutes from the airport. Worth the drive from anywhere.
In-N-Out is open, but there's no customer number 67. We'll tell you what that's all about. Also, why taxpayers are no longer on the hook for some people's student loans. That and more at 10:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
That's Joan Jones in the newsroom, 10:25 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. So is In-N-Out really going to deprive all those kids of joy? Is that what they're doing? You've been open for just a few hours, and you've already decided we're going to deprive the kids of joy?
Just let them meme, bro.
Just let the kids meme. Don't bother the kids when they're memeing.
They're just trying to have fun.
I liked In-N-Out, and I was excited about In-N-Out, and I'm torn now. Have you seen the viral videos?
I have.
I don't want to blow Jones' newscast, but whatever. So these kids will get there, and they'll wait. They'll wait for order 6-7, and everybody loses their mind.
It's like the Minecraft movie with the fireworks and popcorn being thrown.
100%. I was at a Little League game over the fall, and the score became 6-7, and the entire crowd went bananas.
Never seen another team root for the other team to get 1 point.
It was so funny, dude. It was so funny.
That's so great.
The best part is nobody knows what it means.
No, absolutely not.
It doesn't mean anything. That's the best part. That's the best part. I keep getting called a propagandist. I keep getting called names by 3449. And then he offers to buy me lunch. I'm like, just call in. We can't have an actual conversation on the radio in 90 seconds.
It won't be 90 seconds.
I'll give you all the time you need. We got a long segment coming up.
How does 15 sound?
How does 15 minutes? You get 15 minutes on the air. I really do want to talk to people that disagree with me. If you think I'm a propagandist, by all means. By all means. 615-737-9986. I'm not gonna. I don't know. Why would I do lunch if you don't want to have a phone call?
Yeah,
it's weird. Weird. I don't know. It's just weird. Is that weird?
Yeah, we could do a video call too if they want.
We could do a video.
It's the face-to-face thing that they're having an issue with.
Yeah. We can Zoom you in. Text us your email address. We'll send you a Zoom link
or a Google Meet.
615-737-9986 if you want to join the conversation. So Donald Trump was talking about Ilhan Omar.
Do we have any individuals from Somalia in the group? Please raise your hand. That's for Minnesota, you know. That's called the Great Big Minnesota Scam with one of the dumbest governors ever in history. I love this Ilhan Omar, whatever the hell her name is, with the little shing, the little turban.
The little shing. The little shing. The little turban. Is he allowed to say that? I don't know. I don't know, but it's funny.
I love her. She comes in, there's nothing but bitch. She's always complaining.
It's true.
She comes from a country where, I mean, it's considered about the worst country in the world, right? They have no military. They have no nothing. They have no parliament. They don't know what the hell the word parliament means. They have nothing. They have no police. They police themselves. They kill each other all the time. I love it. She comes to our country, and she's always complaining about the Constitution allows me to do this. We ought to get her the hell out. She married her brother in order to get in, right? She married her brother. Can you imagine if Donald Trump married his sister? Beautiful. She's a beautiful person. If I married my sister to get my citizenship, do you think I'd last for about 2 hours, or would it be something less than that?
From the DailyMail.com, Ilhan Omar did marry her brother. Her spokesman told DailyMail.com that Omar, 37, does not comment on her family or personal life. The Congresswoman is focused on the work her constituents sent her to Washington to accomplish. Being Somalia first. And there's video out there that provides that proof. I'm not going to play it for you on the air because it's kind of weird because she's speaking in the Somali language and there's subtitles, and I don't want to be like the PBS voice. You know, where like the original language is talking, but the volume's low, and then I'm reading it. I've done that before. I get made fun of.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
It's a little weird. But they say Omar married her first husband in 2002 in a Muslim ceremony that many in the immigrant community, and it was not registered with the state. Their first child was born the following year, and a second followed. But in the late 2000s, Elmi appeared in Minneapolis, said Osman, who referred to Hersey by his nickname Southside throughout the interview. People began noticing that Ilhan and Hersey were often with a very effeminate young guy who spoke in Somali through an interpreter, Osman said. He was very feminine, the way he dressed. He would wear light lipstick, pink clothes, very, very short shorts in the summer. People started whispering about him. Hersey and Ilhan both told me it was Ilhan's brother, and he'd been living in London, but he was mixing with what were seen as bad influences that the family did not like. So they sent him to Minneapolis as rehab. Osman, who runs a popular Facebook blog called Zerta Sheik, which comments on Somali issues, said that Omar kept her marriage to Elmi quiet, with no one in the Somali community being invited to the wedding. He explained when Hersey and Ilhan got married, a lot of people were invited. Big Islamic wedding, uniting two large clans in Minneapolis. 150 people were there. But when she married Elmi, no one even knew about it. Osman said at the time, Hersey was better known than Omar among Somalis. He was a footballer. He promoted a lot of Somali shows. He was very popular. So the scandal was about Hersey's brother-in-law more than Ilhan's brother. It has long been rumored that Omar and Elmi are brother and sister, but a lack of paperwork in war-torn Somalia, where they were both born, positive proof of their relationship has never been uncovered. Daily Mail seems pretty confident about this. First report of Omar and her husband were siblings appeared on the website Somali Spot in 2016. It said of Elmi, 34, as soon as Ilhan Omar married him, he started university at her alma mater, North Dakota State University, where he graduated in 2012. Shortly thereafter, he moved to Minneapolis, where he was living in public housing complex that he was later evicted from. He then returned to the United Kingdom. The New York Post reported last month that the FBI was investigating the marriage and had met with a source in Minneapolis who handed over a trove of documents related to the marriage. Any findings were to be shared with Immigrations, Customs and Enforcement and the U.S. Department of Education, the paper reported. Anyone found guilty of marriage fraud faces up to 5 years in jail and a fine of $250,000. Could you imagine if they bust this woman for marriage fraud? That's all. I changed my mind. I don't want snow for Christmas. I want Ilhan Omar busted for marriage fraud. 1032, Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
I'm Joan Jones with your top stories. Well, some people traveling to the U.S. are now going to have to hand over a whole lot more than just their passports. ABC's Mike Dubusky with more.
Visitors from countries including the UK, Japan, and Germany will now have to submit 5 years' worth of social media history as part of their application to the visa waiver program. The Department of Homeland Security is updating that program, which allows people to stay in the U.S. without a visa for up to 2 years.
In addition, applicants have to upload a selfie and register their passport. The Department of Education putting an end to a Joe Biden student loan forgiveness program.
The Education Department is terminating the SAVE plan, calling it illegal and costly. The plan helped over 7 million borrowers lower monthly payments. Department officials suggesting the Trump administration is righting a wrong by ending what it calls a deceptive scheme of student loan forgiveness. Missouri and several states pushed for the change, arguing taxpayers should not have to carry the burden. Borrowers will now have limited time to choose a new repayment option as the department moves toward new plans coming in 2026. Dave Packer, ABC News.
Boom. In-N-Out is now officially open. The Lebanon and Antioch locations open for just about a half hour now. Channel 4's Brendan Tierney.
The final touches are being done to make sure the restaurant and patio area is ready. Police say a private traffic management company will have large signs and people out directing cars to get their animal-style fries.
Yeah, and Murfreesboro opens on Friday. But one thing you won't find on the menu or anywhere else at In-N-Out, the number 67, because of the 6-7 slang trend. It comes after somebody posted a TikTok of teens swarming an In-N-Out counter to wait for the guy behind the counter to call out the order number for customer number 67. Crazy kids. That's the latest news. Weather is next. I'm Joan Jones, WTN News.
Hey, what's up? It's Chris Hand here for my friends at the Wellness Institute of Nashville. What do you want for Christmas? How about a pain-free life? It can happen before Christmas. Dr. Mitchell and Dr. Ashley are going to take care of you. What are you dealing with? Back pain, neck pain, sciatica, numbness, bulging, herniated discs? Doesn't sound fun. Let's get you back to a pain-free life by Christmas. And you might be thinking, Chris, I can't do that. We got gifts to buy. We got places to go, people to see. Maybe I'll save it for 2026. Listen, you can get back to a pain-free life before Christmas, and it won't break the bank. It's called the Big Daddy Trump Special. Just $12. That's it. We'll get you a full exam, x-rays if needed, a well-explained diagnosis, and your first treatment. You heard me right. Only $12. This is Dr. Mitchell. This is Dr. Ashley. They're going to take care of you. When they're not going to focus on the things that you don't want, surgery, injections, opioids. They'll treat it all with non-surgical spinal decompression, robot lasers, and anti-gravity machines. It's time to grab your MRI and get ready to finally understand your condition, but most importantly, fix it. 615-246-5009. 615-246-5009. PainIsBad.com.